must have better eyes than me.
Yes. So stick around. We've got all kinds of fun happening, but we're going to work out a little bit, right, Miss Pat?
Yes, and this is my kind of working out. You know, I think, and Miss Denise, come keep us company.
Visit.
Denise Repko, our dear friend, is here. And Denise is going to help us because not all of us are going to train for a marathon. You know, our friend Karen at the Talent Service Center who hurt her wrist. And,
yeah.
you know, I just said we don't bounce the same way. Yeah. A lot of us don't have that kind of time. And a lot of us are sitting down at a desk all day long. And it's hard to sit there. Where this, I think, is such a wonderful idea, the LegXercise, and it's been hugely popular because whether you are watching QVC or whether you're streaming your favorite, you know, indulgence, whatever that might be today, or whether it's underneath your desk at work, it's got you moving, and that's so important, Denise. This has been your life, but even you have said this from time to time that, you know, listen, when we were in our 20s and 30s, we were doing aerobics and step aerobics and all that kind of stuff. But we don't want to do that anymore.
Can't do it anymore. Mentally, I'd love to do it, can't do it. And let's be honest, this is not a treadmill. This is not replacing your elliptical. This is a movement machine. And as I've aged, so have my parents. Now we lost my mom. We still have my dad. My dad has been told he needs to move more. My dad's not going to voluntarily move more unless it's to get up off the couch and get a bag of chips or a sandwich or go to the casino, because that's what Dad loves to do.
Yeah.
But this is something that, yes, he laughed at, but when I put it in front of him, I said, Dad, I'm going to ask you to do nothing different. Keep doing what you're doing. Just put your feet on here for me, because this increases your circulation. This can give you mobility in that ankle joint and that knee joint, because as you age, things shorten, things tighten, and get more rigid. So when you can introduce circulation and mobility into those joints, because when you move the joint, you create something that's called synovial fluid, and that's the lubricant that keeps the joint nice and loosey-goosey. So he will do this, and then I can feel good knowing that he's doing something that can help the overall healthy feeling of his legs, but also with your fitness claims, things like type 2 diabetes and heart disease and lowering blood pressure and all of that stuff happens when your body's moving.
Well, 31,000 have already been sold since it debuted, and it debuted in February, in February 4th to be exact. It's on sale for you. I know it's inexpensive, not inexpensive, but here's the deal. Inexpensive means that you're going to have something that ends up being not reliable. This is something that does all the work for you, that is really designed. The technique here can make a difference. I mean, the concave track is really the deal.
And the concave track is patented by LegXercise. And what it really is these pedals are sliding on top of LegXercise in a way that puts your ankle and your knee joint in the optimal position for movement and for comfort. But you also have versatility with this unit. It only weighs like 6 or 7 pounds, super, super lightweight. So you'll see that activation there. That's in the ankle joint. That's the flexion and extension and the movement that you're getting from just simply placing your feet on here. You're not propelling this. This is doing the work for you, but also the knee joint. If you want to feel it a little differently or elongate through that movement, just take the unit and move it just a few inches away from you, and now instantly feeling in the back of the hamstrings. And Pat has hers laid flat. So good point is you can put it flat to feel it differently, or you can use those incline pegs that I have and our model Tony has to change the pitch and the dynamic. But this can grow with you, you guys. You saw me add in those little toe taps, those little leg movements. But if I want to lay back and recline and have this not all the way flat, but just relax with it, I can do that. If we want to make it a little bit more, you can change your body position. But Tony's just sitting at a desk. Maybe she's doing office work. Maybe she's reading a book or paying bills.
Maybe she's helping the kids with homework.
Right. She could be FaceTiming with friends. She's not doing anything different than Charity would have to do. She's just putting her feet on here. But if I wanted to engage a little more exercise for my upper body or my core, instead of laying back or leaning back on my favorite, couch or chair, I sit up nice and tall. And as soon as I sit up nice and tall, I've activated now my core muscles. I've engaged my hip flexors. I'm engaging through the gluteal, and If you use some handheld weights, and if you don't have handheld weights, you guys, you can use a can of soup. You can bring this old school, but you can activate upper body muscles as well. So can this grow with you? Yes. Can this be the only thing you do right here, just moving your feet? Absolutely. But it's whisper quiet. It's ideal for parents and grandparents who need to move more, but maybe don't live in a neighborhood where the sidewalks are safe, or they feel safe, or the weather is an issue, or maybe they have balance issues. You don't have to worry about them. Mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, just put your feet on here.
Maybe we're talking about somebody that you love that's in assisted living, and maybe there's not really that large of an area for them to be able to walk around. Or we're talking about someone that you're afraid to. Both of my parents had different forms of Alzheimer's, but we were, you know, you had to be with them. It was scary to let sometimes, it's not safe to have somebody outside, let me just put it that way. But this is wonderful movement for you. And it's something that you'll just plug in, it does all the work, it keeps track, so that's kind of fun. You can challenge yourself. And for $36, do you know that big Lot of Bucks store is coming out with their pumpkin spice on Thursday? I know because I went on yesterday to try and get it, and it was Thursday. That's a lot more than just $1 a day. So why not go ahead and get this? Because listen, pretty darn quiet, right? Nobody's even going to know you're using it.
And what I want to tell you is I have my finger on this little number down here because this counts your movements. It counts your steps. So in 1 minute, you'll do the equivalent of 70 steps. In 1 hour, think about this, 1 hour of just sitting on the couch or chair, 4,200.
Wow.
So it counts. It's a simple remote. You'll just put in 2 AAA batteries in your remote, and there's an off button. As soon as you plug it in, it turns on. But you push the number 1 to go to get it moving, and the number 2 is just a slightly quicker pace, but it keeps track of those movements. So you don't have to get up and go out or do anything. Doesn't matter what size shoe you are, if you wear shoes, what kind of shoes. Bare feet, it's silicone nubbies on here that feel really good on the bottom of your feet, so you can add a little massage by shifting your feet back and forth. But it's just really a great little product.
Ankle and knee, it's movement for you. Those of you who remember last year, almost around this time, I did that for the first time in my life, twist up my ankle, a good one.
Mary Beth did that too.
And you know what, right after Mary Beth, right after Alberti, I did it, and then a couple months ago, I did the same darn thing. You know why? Because I really wasn't good at the go to the therapy thing and do the exercises at home. So this flexes those ankles.
There you go.
You know, the knees that feel kind of stiff and everything, try it. You have 30 days to try it, and you can get it home for $36. Just use any credit card. Thank you so much,
Thank
Denise.
you, Miss Pat.
As always.
Good luck with that ankle.
Oh, I know. I'm like, oh, where is this coming from? And I wasn't even doing anything.